morning guys, welcome to Flory Models Daily Show. Here we are on the 7th of September 2016, Wednesday afternoon. Actually, I'm doing this at 20 past 1 in the afternoon. To be honest, this morning's with the sales team, sorting out all their bits and pieces, getting everything sort of organised. On that note, the pigments will be in stock as of Monday. Going to be sorting them out. Obviously, they've got to be boxed, labelled, all the bits and pieces like that. So the pigment sets will be back in stock, so there'll be a deal obviously for Flory Models members. Make sure you use the actual Flory Models members area. Don't just go through the normal one because you won't get the discount. So you need to go through that one because it's completely separate and different and everything else like that. So thank you very much for all your feedback yesterday. Obviously it was a huge day. By the end of it, I must admit I was absolutely tired. I was knackered, okay? Purely because obviously doing the live stream in the morning, we went for sort of, 2.5 hours, managed to get the flanker pretty much done, which was really, really nice. And to be honest, it's right here because I haven't set up for today. We've done the other part as well with the wash, and I sanded it as well because I wanted to know how well this paint sands and everything else. Hans has posted up as well some little things he's found about this actual paint, about giving it clear coats on top of it and stuff like that if you're into that type of thing. But generally it worked exceptionally well. Very, very happy of how this worked out. It was one of those things where I wasn't sure about this paint. You hear all the hype about it, but let's face it, you hear hype over everything, and usually it's just same old, same old. This stuff actually could be a game changer to the hobby, if I'm honest. Now tomorrow I'm going to spend all day reshooting a couple of little bits, not reshooting as such, but doing voiceover work for this particular build, little intro into it and outro, conclusions differently on camera about the paint. So hopefully that'll be edited and ready for you to watch tomorrow, okay? So if you are thinking about, you're having trouble with acrylic paints, not really working for you, this could be another way to really go through airbrushing and perhaps getting started with it. Seems very, very forgiving and very nice stuff to use. But generally, as you say, it's my first go with it. I love to just throw myself in. I don't read or talk to anybody about how they use their paint. It's not that I'm being arrogant or something else like that, but honestly, I believe, especially in this hobby, it's very much like lemmings. Somebody says and then everybody says it. That's why I don't like to get sort of other people's interpretations of it, because it clouds my judgment. I like to give you what I feel is my review for it, not just what I've read somewhere else, okay? So now I'm going to go off and see what everyone else says about it. So Hans was on about you can overthin, which is a technique, to be honest, it's an old one. We did it on the carrier. Go and have a look at the carrier build to get rid of roughness. So you put lacquer thinners over the top and it'll etch in and eat the surface and levels itself out and everything else like that. So apparently you can do that with this particular paint as well. But I have to say, for a paint that you can mask over within 5 minutes, as we did with that one, overcoat straight away and handleable and a wash, I'm still really impressed we did everything in under 2 hours. So that was really, really good. Yesterday you might have seen, if you watched the live show, thank you to everybody who joined us for that one. Usual fun and games. Yes, everybody was on form, and we got completely off topic on more than one occasion, so sorry about that, but that's really what the Tuesday night is. It's just a group of modelers all together talking rubbish, which we're pretty good at by now. We've almost got it down packed. Thank you for Sid for coming back. Hopefully Sid will be regular again, if we can get him away and get him up here and everything else, but it's great to have him on the show. But obviously big thanks to Ron sorted us out with the masks as well. Something I might look on Friday, just retouching in, because obviously we want to be decaling and everything to our dolphins for Saturday live as well. Do you know this is all live? We've done live everywhere, which is really good. Anyway, a lot of you noticed, obviously we had a delivery came in yesterday. To be honest, one of the kits was John's, that's why he got his out, but there we go. So these are in. These are the MiG 29 SMTs, which is the 9.19. Gets a bit confusing with all of these things, but so these guys, they look really, really nice. Now, we've reviewed some of these before. They are absolutely fantastic, and I can testify for all of Trumpeter's 172nd MiG family have been absolutely really spot on. Also, we got these, which are Warhawks in theory, but they call it the H81A 2 ABG. I don't know quite why the designation is for that, but I presume it's a very early Warhawk or sort of P60, something else like that. Sorry, P40 from the famous Hawk line. So obviously you've got all the different Hawks, so we got these as well. These look quite interesting. The guys had a good look through the boxes and everything else. I haven't yet, and then I don't know this week. I have got a review already lined up to do, but we've done quite a lot of Star Warsy and sci-fi stuff, so I actually might review this kit for Friday's review, because obviously you're going to have the paint one tomorrow and everything else like that. So that's a good one. So what I'm going to do now is hopefully get an hour or two working on the tank. So I'm going to push through with the tank, obviously with the Challenger. Sorry, it's not Challenger, is it? It's Chieftain Mark 10. Hopefully going to get the turret all together, which will then give me enough to edit and put up to you. It might go up a little bit after the actual daily vlog, purely because I haven't got enough. I still need around about 10 minutes of video to make up a half-hour build video working on the tank. So what I might have to do is edit that after we do the show tonight and everything else like that. Let's get on with it. So there you go. I must admit, I have managed to get a good couple of hours onto the Chieftain, and we've basically got it finished. We've really been pushing through with this one. It's coming together really, really nicely. The photo etch, and actually I have to say, even the problem areas, and it's got one small problem areas, and this is that entire side that bolts on. We use styrene filler and we just put it in, and it's worked a treat. We've had no problem with it sort of pushing up and doing any nasty businesses or anything else like that. So it's worked exceptionally well. And if I'm honest, this is probably one of the best bits of armour I've worked on is in a kit. You clean it, you put the parts together, and it just fits an absolute beauty. So it is looking really, really nice. So next up for this one, as I explained in the build for it, it'll be the tracks. We're going to be looking at working with metal tracks. Never done it before, so we're going to be pushing on with that one. So this part will be up with you a little bit later. To be honest, I'm going to edit it after we edit today's show. So you'll be able to watch this one tonight, probably around about 8 o'clock before it's up on the main site, and that'll be really pushing on with that one. It's coming together so nice, and also you forget how nice working with armour is. When you're doing aircraft, and to be honest, I've got the 190 just over there, you're working with that, it was a long process, let's face it, it was months and months of work in there. It was a 17-parter to go through all the sort of rigmaroles we've done with that one. This part 2, and basically it's built by part 3, we're going to be completely done and we're going to be in primer. Okay, so then parts 4, 5 and 6 we'll be looking basically about painting it, doing it in this nice urban camo, the famous Berlin sort of, you know, urban camo scheme, and then talking about weathering it. And we want to weather it in such a way that it feels it's in its environment. So it's obviously not going to be having mud and stuff like that. It's going to be more sort of dust and rain marks and general flatten down and everything else like that. But you know, I have to say, this kit is fantastic. Only the second time I've ever built anything from Takom, and already I can see a natural progression. The first one we did to it, yeah, it's pretty good. It's better than Trumpeter, but it's not quite Meng. This, honestly, it's on a par with Meng. I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. So it's coming on really, really nicely. So you can see that up on the site. As I say, it'll be a little bit later tonight, around about 8 o'clock UK time. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing those finishing touches to the actual MRP review. Obviously, I'm going to do a little bit more work to camera, explaining my thoughts, what I think of it, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and everything else like that. So that hopefully will be up with you tomorrow. So that is tomorrow's day planned out. It's re-editing and that. And you guys who have watched it, you'll know I've actually got 5 hours of editing of using it, well, 2 hours of using it and other bits and pieces. So we're going to be talking about it as a whole. And literally, here it is for you guys who didn't see it on last night's show. It's looking fantastic, you know, 2 hours and it had a wash and everything else on there. You can't ask for more than that from paint. You guys seem to have loved this raw format, so I am not going to push ahead with it. I did say on camera I'm going to push ahead. I'm going to save it for you guys. So on the next episode of this, because I've got total carry away with it, we're going to be doing the engine metal work on this one. As we know, flankers and all that have quite extensive use of it. We're going to be doing that, and I'm going to show you about doing all the small bits, fixing them on, and then obviously we're going to be doing a little bit of weathering afterwards, just to give it scale effect and everything else like that once we got the decaling done. So fear not, live fans, for this one. When are we going to do it? Probably maybe Monday, because I've got to do a little bit of work. I've got to do the final photos, but Monday I might actually sit down for a couple of hours and we'll do another live broadcast, and we'll do this one live as well. So if we do maybe another 3 hours on Monday as a live broadcast from 9 in the morning till midday, that'll clear me for the rest of the day to get on with the other bits and pieces. So if you are loving the live unraw edited way of doing it, then I'm happy to do it. And the other thing as well, as long as you don't mind those little breaks with the camera, we speak about it a lot. For you guys who watch me live, don't forget we run 4 cameras, and then what happens is when we switch one camera to the other, it's not instant, there's a slight delay. So sometimes it says, you know, no picture, and then it comes through. As long as you don't mind that, I'm happy to do it, because the only thing I can do is edit it out, but then you lose the actual sound gets an edit as well. But as long as you don't mind that sort of rawness to it, the warts and all, I'm happy to build like it. And to be honest, it's what I've done very much with this afternoon. I've done it as a raw edit. So I did a few bits off camera, and then come in and we did it in one cut. So hopefully you're liking that new raw footage to it, the not so polished way, if you know what I mean. So that's it from me today. I say tomorrow join us for the MRP paints, for the reviews. Obviously I'll vlog tomorrow as we go along as normal anyway. And then on Friday, as I said, I'm probably going to be reviewing this guy, something a little bit different. If you're watching the live show last night, lots of laughs with the guys, you'll know about that one. Just before I go, I do have to thank my #1 little fan, Penny, for the card. Thank you, sweetheart. And I love my little message in there. It's my pleasure. So there you go, pride of place back up there. You can go back on my little wall. You can see it up there. So there we go. That's it from me, guys. And catch me all tomorrow. As I say, there's no going to be live streaming tomorrow because I've got a hell of a lot of editing to go. But obviously, you can catch me tomorrow at night for a normal news show with all the vlog updates and everything else like that. So until tomorrow, everybody, happy modelling. Take care.